moment Trump finally announced the day that he will actually be coming to eradicate and erase all the terrorists that are actually in Nigeria, terrorists finally come out. The moment they see that Trump announced the day, they finally come out to actually make speech. And the moment these terrorists come out in broad daylight, that was few hours ago, they come out to actually make a speech, and they made a speech in a way that they mention all the politicians and government sectors that are actually sponsoring them. Come and hear what these people said. They even said that Trump should not even blame them, or Nigerians should not even blame them, that there are some politicians which they actually label out. They said there are some governmental agencies that actually behind their support and all of that. You will hear things for yourself in this very video. The moment the terrorists actually come out to actually make this pronouncement, a lot of Nigerian politicians begin to flee the country. Even Sheikh Gumi, that are actually advocating for terrorism and all of that, middleman for terrorists in Nigeria, are finally run to Turkey. Come and hear what these people said. I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just do what to share it. Share it on various social media platforms. Let it go viral, and if you can share it, just like the video, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'll come back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you that are coming across this channel for the very first time, just endeavor to click the red subscription button appearing on your video screen. If it is this video that actually brought you to this channel, click the subscription button, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, you'll be the first person that YouTube will easily notify. A lot of Nigerian politicians are in total trouble at the moment because it was few hours ago that Trump actually announced that there is a particular date that they're actually coming to invade Nigeria. Trump made that announcement few hours, and Nigerian terrorists actually come outside in broad daylight few hours ago. They came outside to make press release, they made press conference, and in that press conference they were saying it bold and clear that there are some Nigerian politicians, there are some government people that are actually behind their support, that Trump should not even blame them, that Nigerian citizens should not blame them, that there are some government people that are behind them, and they begin to give names. That was what these people did few hours ago, and many of the Nigerian politicians are now running out of the country at the moment, including Gumi. Sheikh Gumi have finally run out of Nigeria and fled to Turkey. The Gumi that have been coming out to advocate for banditry, that have been telling the Nigerian government to be negotiating with bandits and all of that, that same Gumi, middleman for bandits, have run to Turkey, and alongside with some other Nigerian politicians, they run it up and down because the terrorists have finally come out to unveil the people behind the mask that are sponsoring them. Now you will hear everything in this very video. You will see the strategies that US actually wants to use, because they map out the strategy they want to use to eradicate the terrorists in Nigeria, and you will hear the set date that they're actually coming to invade Nigeria and eradicate all the terrorists. You will hear this for yourself in this very video. I would like you to stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video as you're watching, and do well to share it. Share to the social media platform. Everybody deserves to know what's going on in Nigeria. Share to groups, share to different people, and let a lot of people get to know what's going on in this country called Nigeria. And if you can share, just like the video, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected and hear things for yourself. See things the way it goes. I'm coming back again.
Millions of Christians are persecuted by Islamic terror groups. The Nigerian government is doing very little to stop the attacks. Well, now religious freedom advocates, including one member of the U.S. Congress, are taking action. CBN's Kelly Wright has this look at the crisis.
On this very day, 210 persons were slaughtered in one night, in less than 24 hours.
The video from the Father's Day massacre includes graphic images of people being burned alive, families attacked, and homes destroyed in Yelawata, Nigeria.
That very day it was raining, so Fulani herdsmen, they invaded the community and claimed so many lives.
Around 12 midnight, we started having calls from Yelawata that the Fulanis have come and they are killing, burning.
Friday night, I was sleeping in my house. See my house there. I come here, they shoot gun. Later they come, they break this house. Where my brother is sleeping here with his children. Thereby they come, they kill people. They were breaking the house. Say, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar.
These first-hand accounts gathered by Truth Nigeria journalists describe the ongoing atrocities in a terror campaign to eradicate Nigeria's Christians. Judge Saul, filmmaker and missionary, the organizer of Equipping the Persecuted, highlighted this documentary as a way to sound the alarm.
We need to fight this thing threefold. One, America as a government needs to get involved with a very little. I'm talking very little of our resources. If we just did the very little bit of push an aggressive foreign policy, throw some sanctions, whatever it takes, I think we can put a significant dent in this and put a stop to this.
U.S. Representative Chris Smith of New Jersey, who has traveled to many dangerous areas in Nigeria, has introduced a resolution in Congress to help stop attacks fueled by religious hatred.
There has been an exponential increase in attacks on Christians and some Muslims, but Christians in particular. Protestants, evangelicals, Catholics, they're firebombing their churches. The Fulani are killing them with absolute impunity. We've called on the government in Abuja and the president several times to do what governments do, law enforcement. Use the military if you have to, but stop this genocide and do it now.
The resolution points to Nigeria's government's apparent open border policy that allows almost free access to the country. Fulani militants and ISIS-linked extremist groups from neighboring countries take advantage of this policy to carry out mass murder, rape, and kidnappings.
We're also calling on President Trump to reissue, which he did in his first term, the designation of country of particular concern, and that then gives the president wide latitude to impose sanctions. It's an excellent bill when it's used properly. It gets the attention of all the policymakers, in this case in Abuja. It says, we're not kidding.
During a White House press briefing, I asked Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt about the crisis in Nigeria. And do you know if there's any action that the president will take?
I'm not tracking a call between the president and the head of Nigeria. I know the president wholeheartedly condemns the persecution of Christians, or frankly of people of any faith all over the world, but I don't have any updates for you in terms of sanctions in this part of the world.
In one such instance, the US president ordered the preparation of plans for military action against Nigeria because the African country has allegedly failed to stop the killings of Christians. President Trump's vow to send troops, all guns blazing, to eliminate Islamist terrorists has jolted both Washington, D.C. and Abuja, rekindling old fears about the United States' appetite for intervention overseas. Aman Kumar Himanshu reports.
Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter.
It all started on the 2nd of November when President Trump instructed the U.S. Department of War to prepare for military action against Nigeria. He wrote on Truth Social, "If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast." He added, for good measure, that the U.S. could dispatch troops to Nigeria and carry out airstrikes to tackle the Islamist terrorist groups that are behind the killings of Christians there.
On Nigeria, just wanted to ask you, do you envisage U.S. boots on the ground?
Could be. I mean, a lot of things I envisage, a lot of things. They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world, very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth replied to President Trump's social media post saying, "Yes, sir, the Department of War is preparing for action." Open declarations of war by Trump and Hegseth raised global alarm. Some feared the possibility of a new U.S. military engagement across the Atlantic. Others worried that a unilateral U.S. strike could destabilize Africa's most populous country. Trump claimed that a record number of Christians have been killed in Nigeria. He alleged that Christians in Nigeria faced an existential crisis and that radical Islamists were responsible for the killings. A few weeks ago, U.S. lawmaker Ted Cruz demanded that Nigeria be declared as a country that violates religious freedom. Nigeria denied all allegations. Its president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, defended by saying that Nigeria's very identity is based on religious freedom and equal respect. Nigeria does not promote religious persecution, and that the country's constitution guarantees the protection of all religions. Nigeria's foreign minister chimed in.
What we've done is we've articulated what our constitution says about religious freedom, what our federal laws say about religious freedom, and no, not this. It's inside. No. This. Nigeria's constitutional commitment to religious freedom and rule of law. All the answers are in there. And this is what guides us. And this is what shows that it's impossible for there to be a religious persecution that can be supported in any way, shape, or form by the government of Nigeria at any level.
According to a report by International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law, religious violence has claimed more than 7,000 Christian lives between January and August. President Trump has since designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern for its alleged violations of religious freedom and persecution of Christians. Some of the other countries designated as such include China, Myanmar, North Korea, Russia, and Pakistan. Nigeria was first placed on the list by the US in 2020, but the designation did not single out attacks on Christians. The designation was lifted in 2023 in what many saw as a way to improve ties between the US and Nigeria ahead of a visit by the then US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. On 5th November, Nigeria's government rejected its designation by the United States as a country of particular concern, calling it misguided and based on inaccurate information. Nigeria, Africa's largest democracy, is multi-ethnic, multi-religious. The northern part of the country is mostly inhabited by Muslims. The southern part is inhabited by Christians. Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa are fighting the Nigerian state. They target anyone who does not fit their imagination of a good Muslim. This includes Christians, but Shia Muslims as well. In central Nigeria, herder and farmer communities clash over access to resources such as water and land for pasture. Herders are generally Muslims and farmers are Christians. In 2024, the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom found that the violence affects both Muslims and Christian populations in large numbers. According to the US-based Armed Conflict Location and Event data, there have been 20,409 deaths from 11,862 attacks against civilians in Nigeria between January 2020 and September 2025. It includes 385 attacks on Christians that left 317 of them dead.
I think the urgent appeal for United States of American government or the military not to collaborate with Nigerian government or Nigerian military, the evidence is getting clearer and clearer and clearer. You know, one of the options put on the table by the United States government is to share intelligence with Nigerian government to collaborate with them to wipe out terrorists. But that was met with a stiff resistance. Why? Because Nigerian government is paying these terrorists. They recruited them, they imported them, they put them into the military. So there is no how you share intelligence with the terrorists that you can also, wipe away the terrorists. It will not happen. The allegation of Nasser Rufai and Babadati Ahmed that Tinubu's administration through the Office of National Security Advisor is currently paying the terrorists. They did not deny it because they know that if they deny it, more and more evidence could come. Or if they say, let us go and arrest Rufai or Babadati, they might even expose everything out. So these are the issues we are facing. As if that is not enough, there is something significant that happened yesterday. Yesterday in Katsina State, they were having peace deal. However, I have about 9 peace deals now that they have planned. They had one yesterday, and other 8 maybe through this week or next week, they will have them. Why are they having this peace deal? Remember that Tinubu met Sultan of Sokoto and he is doing consultation. Now, it seems that these people want to beg their armies, you have to stop. And look at what happened yesterday. The terrorists who came for peace deal with their guns and ammunition, everything, in the presence of the security agencies and the government. So the man was speaking, he said something. It is the government that made us terrorists. We are not supposed to be terrorists. The government made us to be terrorists. That is the summary of what you're about to listen. Pay attention. Listen to this man.
Ina lahiya ma da mu su ne ba namu bane. Inda son mu ne mutanen nan ba su zuwa nan su same mu cikin jeji. Tunda an yi lokaci kamar wata ɗaya nan ko biyu in muka ce muna buƙatar ganin mutanen shirye-shirye ta yaya za mu gan su? Ba mu ganin su. Ba su san ina muke ba, ba su san daga ina muke ba. Amma da suka buƙaci ganin mu yau ga mu gasu. Suna jin mu, suna ganin mu. Ka gane zaman lahiya da tashin hankali to su shugabanni so su ne duka. In sun so a yi tashin hankali za a yi, in sun so a zanna lahiya za a zanna lahiya. Mu dai ba mu da wani ilimi, ba mu da wata hikima wadda za mu yi a zanna lahiya sai sun so. Su yarin duniya hannunsu yake, su ke jan duniya, su ke yin komai, su ke hana komai. Ko da ake cewa muna yi ai sun suka so mu yi. Idan ba su so mu yi ba mu yi. Kuma ai ga aya yau sun kira mu so suke mu bari, kuma da yarda Allah mun bari daga yau. Haka ne kun talaka in kun tashi yin kuka, kar ku yi kuka da mu yan ta'adda, ku yi kuka da shugabanninku.
So, if the federal government of Nigeria, the APC government, don't forget that Canada as well have designated this political party as terrorist organization. Now, if these people are the one who are paying these terrorists, this is a confession. A terrorist is confessing. It is the government that made us terrorists. You know all these guns they are carrying. I used to tell you people, these are Nigerian guns that they bought. All this gun belongs to Nigerian government. People will tell you it is US that is arming them. No. See, I understand how sensitive my channel is. I understand how sophisticated the information I put out here is. So I know the implication if what I'm putting out is not true. And that is why I'm very careful. I don't bring information to you if I don't have direct source of the information. So when I come here to tell you that Tinubu's administration is guilty of sponsoring this insurgency, I know what I'm talking about. So all of you, trying to say we solve a problem by ourselves, can you solve a problem by the same way it was created? Are you insane? You want to solve a problem like by the same way it was created. You understand that if you put a bottle into a bottle cracker, the bottle is going to break. And you put it there, the bottle breaks into pieces. And you still want the bottle cracker to turn the place to bottle, it can't work. That is the problem we are facing in Nigeria. People are saying that, oh, Tinubu should do this. Tinubu can't do anything. Nigeria need a foreign intervention. All those celebrities writing on Facebook, there is no need for this. There is no need for US to come. How many of them are posting this to you? Did you hear this thing on the news? Can you see this thing on Arise News or Channels Television? You think they are not aware of this? They are aware. Only Sarah reporters published it. Everybody, they pay them not to publish it. They don't want all these things to be on the media. Terrorists are confessing when they were having peace deal that the government is the one that made them terrorists. If we talk now, they will say we don't like the country. You people are the one that don't like humanity. You don't like, human life. You want people to continue to die. You are defending rubbish, blood. You people are, when you hear blood-sucking demons, it's not just these people that kill. It is people who also aid them. Anybody who is opposing the US intervention in Nigeria, the person is this terrorist. The person is supporting terrorists. Look at it now. This man said that you people made us terrorists. And at the end, people were clapping because they know that he was saying the truth. And this is not the first time. I still have another video. That one happened against the casino a long time ago. The terrorists were saying, where are we going to see this gun? Please, so it is the government that gave us this gun. How can a reasonable and sensible government, venture into something that kills her citizens? These people don't value you. They value the Sharia state they envisioned.
You can hear everything that America actually said in this very video. You even notice that it is not even only America that is actually against Nigeria at the moment. Even UK Prime Minister came out. He listed out 20 states, 20 different states in Nigeria that UK citizens, whenever they visit Nigeria, they should try to avoid all those states. Out of 36 states in Nigeria, this man listed out 20 of the states, remaining just 16 states in Nigeria that is still kind of safe a bit. So UK that actually colonized Nigeria, all those Britain people that colonized Nigeria, they're actually avoiding Nigeria at the moment. Now US also, they are actually trying to invade Nigeria, which everybody know, because they want to eradicate the terrorist groups that are in Nigeria and all of that. Canada came out and they made press release that Nigerian government, if they refuse to do something as regards the insecurity that are actually happening to Nigerians, that they will be in support of US to actually invade Nigeria as well. That they will support US whichever way that US wants the support. They will give US the support for US to invade Nigeria and eradicate the Islamic terrorists that are terrorizing Christians in Nigeria. Now you will notice that few hours after Trump made his speech or America made their speech, you will notice that many of the terrorists, they came out in Katsina. They said they came for peace talks and all of that, and at the end of it, they make a press release after the peace talk, and they make it known that it is not even them that are actually doing all these things that they're doing in Nigeria alone, that the Nigerian government allegedly is in support. They said the Nigerian government allegedly is in support, and the news is now flying everywhere that even the Nigerian government is actually paying them salaries, allegedly. You can see what is actually going in the country called Nigeria. Things are actually going on. Things are falling apart. Nigerians are in serious trouble, and many of the people that are actually advocating for the terrorism and all of that, people like Sheikh Gumi, they always come out to tell Nigerian government that they should be negotiating with terrorists, that the terrorists are good people, even after they approve the life of a lot of people. Gumi will always come out to say that they are good people, that they have good things in mind, that the Nigerian government should just talk to them in a peaceful way, that they will stop all the terrorists out and all of that. That same Gumi that always stand as middleman for bandits. I've played the video severally in this very channel. The same Gumi that I've been standing as middleman for bandits, I've run to Turkey. This man ran to Turkey few hours ago. Now, a lot of Nigerian politicians too, since their names are already on air as regards the terrorism thing, many of them have run out of Nigeria. Now, let me play you the video, the last video that is remaining for you to hear the strategies that US is already planning in place. The strategies is set in place to actually invade Nigeria with. The strategy they want to use to eradicate the terrorists. Now, they've already mapped out the strategies. Come and hear things yourself. The Nigerian terrorists will not survive this. They will never survive this. Now, come and see the strategy that people actually set in place. Stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video, do it to share it. If you can share it, just like it. Stay connected. I'll come back again.
You know, when it comes to military operation in Africa, it is AFRICOM who is in charge in regards to United States. When the United States want to do military cooperation, peacekeeping, anything military and security, AFRICOM is in charge of that. So when the president of the United States declared that they will go to Nigeria if the government do not do the right thing, they will go in and solve the problem. It was not a message and they put it under the carpet. Action follow. The Secretary of Department of Defense, which is now Department of War, requested military action, possible military actions. According to New York Times, AFRICOM, who is in charge of military operation in Africa, security operation and peacekeeping in Africa, AFRICOM has submitted their final military report to the Department of War. That is according to New York Times. I'm not just saying it out. They submitted multiple strategies, and these strategies are divided into three categories: heavy military operation, medium military operation, and light military operation. This is what it means. Under the heavy military operation, let me show you. This is it. So some visual here that you can see and understand, have a clue of it, and I'll list the possible plans and strategies that they have. So let me list them to you. And the heavy option is the first option, and it is called heavy option for a reason. And I will tell you the reason why they label this one as a heavy option. Under this option, this military option or this military strategic option, the US would deploy a full aircraft carrier group to the Gulf of Guinea near Nigeria. What does that mean? This is just the visual here. Let me show you on the map what is going to happen. Yeah, so you have Nigeria there. Stay with me. Good. So you have Nigeria here and you have Gulf of Guinea here. So this is Gulf of Guinea right here, and you have Nigeria here. All right, Lagos is somewhere here. Now the United States need to move closer in the Gulf of Guinea. Their aircraft carrier need to move closer to Nigeria here. So they are going to be here, somewhere here, closer to Nigeria, with all the fighter jet and aircraft carrier only carry the aircraft, because when you are going to do military operation with the aircraft, when they go on the field and they return, they need to come and rest on the carrier. So the carrier is coming to be somewhere here, and they will load the fighter jet and whatever the aircraft are going to be on it.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see everything that is ongoing. You will notice that when Trump came out to say that they should stop the Christian genocide in Nigeria, that the Islamic terrorists should stop poofing Christians in Nigeria, a lot of people actually came out. They said, no, there is nothing like Christian genocide in Nigeria, that the Islamic terrorists are actually terrorizing both Christian, Muslim, and other people in Nigeria. But now they already attested to the fact that there is a hidden agenda to actually eradicate the Christian race as far as Nigeria is concerned. That's what is actually going on. They've attested to the fact. Now the same Sheikh Gumi of I don't know wherever he come from in Nigeria, but he came from the north. The same Gumi that will be coming to different broadcasts, to different media house, and actually making it to the general public that Nigerian government should not go on gun ablaze with the Nigerian terrorists, that they should pamper them. In fact, if they should catch them, they should release them. They call them repentant terrorists and all of that. They should rehabilitate them and add them to Nigerian military and all. That same government that is always looking for peace deal with terrorists, middleman for terrorists, middleman for bandits. That same government affront to Turkey few hours ago. That's a man affront to Turkey. Now Nigerian terrorists are now having the boldness, the effrontery, the audacity, the temerity to be coming out in broad daylight to actually make a press release, even to the extent that the last press release they did in Katsina, they came out and making known that the government people are also behind the fact that they are terrorizing Nigeria. They said the government is also involved, allegedly. That's what these people actually said, and these people are saying it with full teeth in broad daylight, holding microphone. Some people even allege that the Nigerian government is actually paying these terrorists salaries. Now, I said something a few days ago when Gumi actually made a speech that they should be rehabilitating the terrorists, they should be forgiving them after they might have poofed the life of a lot of people, after they might have unalived a lot of people, that they should be rehabilitating them and forgiving them in the name of repentant terrorists. And at the end of it, they will rehabilitate them and they'll be giving them salary. Now, these people are now enjoying, these terrorists that have terrorized Nigeria, taking the life of a lot of people, are now enjoying more than the normal citizens of Nigeria. Where on earth is this happening? The same government came out that the US government should be negotiating with Nigerian terrorists and all of that. Do you forget that US never negotiates with terrorists? They own and live terrorists. That's what these people do, and that's the best thing to do. Now the same Gumi, after making all this rubbish speech all across the media houses, the media platforms in Nigeria, he ran to Turkey. Now US is finally mapping out strategies on how they are actually going to invade Nigeria and eradicate all the terrorists. Canada is in support of them, UK is in support of them, a lot of European countries are in support of them. The only people that are not in support of US is China and Russia. Those are the two countries, and that's because they have beef. They have beef with US, and they also have their interior motive in Nigeria, because according to reports that is out there, they say China is also part of the illegal mining that is ongoing in Nigeria. China is in support of the banditry that is ongoing in Nigeria. Why would they allow Trump to come and eradicate the terrorists that are making them to do their illegal mining in Nigeria? Those are what a lot of people are actually saying out there. Now, like us to drop opinion in the comment section of this video as regards everything that was said in this very video, as regards the American plan to actually invade everywhere, and as regards what the terrorists said that Nigerian government allegedly is part of the terrorism and all of that. Drop opinion in the comment section, as I'm gonna discuss another trend for you and share. Follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG Watch TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video, and bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious cause plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where? Politician with the do pass me, self. All the why you with the for church.